Damn it, how long is this gonna take?
What's the matter? Got a hot date tonight?
No, it's not that, it's boss.
Didn't think he was your type.
That's not what I meant, you idiot. I mean, why would he set this up and then not come?
Maybe he's running late. What if something got in the way?
Of boss, there ain't nothing I tell you, that gets in his way.
Exactly, so why isn't he here?
Well, maybe he's too scared to get his ass beaten by Nichiki Yamamura.
Who?
I think it's safe to assume that bag of hot air sitting across from you is Nishiki Yamamura.
The one, the only, the best. There ain't a man or a woman or a poorly raised child that can beat me in the card game.
That is incorrect.
Ah! Has he been here this whole time?
Nishiki Yamamura, in debt to boss for 100,000.
100,000!
As soon as this game started, you'll see what I can do. I'll clear my debt of 150,000 with the boss.
Wait, did you say 150,000?
Well, yeah, you see, it's real simple. You take away the 50 from the 150, and...
No, not that. It's just, well, I was told the prize money was only 25,000.
I was told 10,000. What about you?
I was told not to let any of you leave. Nishiki Yamamura, 28 years old, currently in debt to boss for 100,000. Julia Davis, 23 years old, currently in debt to boss for 25,000. And Frank White, currently in debt to boss for 10,000. You have been selected for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. One of you stands a chance to clear your debt with boss and walk free out of this room.
What happens to the rest of us?
In order to win your freedom, you must wager something of equivalent value.
Such as...
The only thing you have left. The only thing you've been able to cling to, despite your failures.
Which is?
Your lives.
What? Our lives? I'm not...
As I said, I was told not to let any of you leave. Speaking of which...
So now, the game begins. So, we're going to play a few rounds of blackjack. The winner gets to walk out of here with their debts cleared. The loser, well, let's just say, the losers won't be doing much of anything after today is over.
So basically, you're telling me that all I have to do is beat these two losers so I can walk out of here as a free man.
Yep, that's all.
Do we get a choice?
Oh, of course. You are entirely welcome to forfeit the game and save us all a lot of time. I'm a busy man as well as a reasonable one.
I think we'll pass.
Ah, that's good. I didn't want the trip to have been for nothing. Mr. White, your play?
Hit me.
Will that be all?
Yeah.
And you, Miss White?
I'll stay.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
You know what, big guy? I'm fine right where I am.
Are you sure about that?
Certainly.
Then would you care to show first?
Sure. Boom! I told you, there's no one on this earth who can beat Nichiki Yam...
Jesus!
But why? His hand was perfect. He was going to win.
Exactly. You see, Nishiki was right. He is a pretty notorious gambler. In fact, he earned himself a little nickname for all his efforts. Nishiki the Dumbass. You see, his debt with me did not build up over time. In fact, that happened all in one game. One game, he bet it all on, and he was certain that he was going to win. Because he cheated.
But if he cheated, why did he still owe you money?
He didn't cheat very well. You see, it's incredibly lucky for somebody to get 4 aces exactly when they need them, but it's even luckier if one of the other players also manages to get an ace somehow. Not that they really minded. I mean, they got £100,000 to play with and everyone had a good laugh in the process. But because of that, I felt the need to keep a close eye on what I dealt all of you, particularly Nishiki. He had a good chance of winning, though. I didn't deal him an unfair hand. I just knew that he would throw it all away and prove himself worthy of his namesake. You see it now, don't you? Why I picked you three? It's because you're all so damn interesting. Now on to round 2.
Wait, you're going to play?
Sure. Why not?
Because you're a cheater too. You said it yourself, you looked at the cards you dealt us, so why wouldn't you let yourself win?
Miss Davis, I have a gun. If I wanted you dead, you would be. But I don't. I want a game. Now, may I be correct in assuming that you're a little bit on edge?
Can you blame me? You just killed a man.
Yeah, that kind of thing generally tends to shift the mood.
You talk as though you're a man with experience, Mr. White.
Well, doesn't everybody have some experience with death?
Some more than others.
Can we just play the game already?
Oh, yeah, of course. Sorry. I think I'll stick with my hand.
I'll stay too.
Hit me. And again.
Are you sure?
Yes. Bullshit, you cheated.
I did not.
Of course you did. I had a 12 total in my hand and I so happened to get a 10. What are the chances?
About 16 in 52, or 4 out of 13 if you want to be a bit more specific.
Shut it, I'm not playing this stupid game. You can take this stupid hand and shove it up your...
Such a tragedy. Some people have no dignity in defeat, although these days I can't really say she had much dignity left at all. You are curious though, aren't you?
About what?
About why she owed me money.
Am I?
Are you?
Okay, tell me.
You see, she was a drinker, and a heavy one at that. She lost her family a couple of years ago, and she lost her job about a year ago as well. She's been keeping up a tab with me in an attempt to keep a roof over her head and a bottle in her hand.
I had no idea.
No, you wouldn't. You see, she'd been sober for quite a while now. Close to a month, if I believe correctly. She was finally starting to get her life together.
And why would you do it?
Let's begin the final round, Mr. White. I must say, I was hoping you would make it to the end. Because you are the most interesting of them all.
Am I?
Of course. You see, Nishiki was an idiot in over his head. Miss Davis was tragic, but still a simple case. But you, now you are interesting. You've had £10,000 worth of money sitting in your bank, and you've not spent a penny of it. Not one. You've kept your normal life. You wake up in your normal house, drive a normal car to your normal job, and I just have to ask you one question. Why would you do this?
Why do anything? Why get up and live a normal life without hope of something different? See, I've been waiting for something like this. Something exciting. See, I just thought this was going to be you sending a few muscled thugs round to my house for a little reminder that my debt is due. But this is actually quite exciting. Something I've been wanting for a long time.
I see. Now, you and I are the same. We have the same mindset. We're both looking for something interesting, for a purpose in life. See, when you're like me and you sit at the top, there's nowhere left to go. See, I have all that I could ever want, and it's tiring. But now that you and I understand each other, I think we can make it a bit more interesting.
I see.
If I win, then I kill you, and I return to my life dissatisfied as ever.
If I win, I get to kill you, and I get to go free. Go back to my dull life with my debts squared.
It's all to play for in this final game, Mr. White. Are you ready?
Oh, I certainly am.